Hi, this is Saroja. As in many people who judge others just by how they look or what are the physical appearances, which is nowhere related to the character. The physical appearance is just like a tip of an iceberg which is visible, but the character is something which is beneath the ocean, which is not at all visible. So if you want to judge a person, you need to know the person at the first place, and secondly, you don't have any right to judge the person just by how they look and by the first impression they give. There's a saying called "Don't judge a book by its cover," which means they say that first impression is the best impression, but I don't believe that, because first impression is like the book of the cover. It doesn't mean that if the cover of the book is good, then the person also has to be good. Whenever we see a person or a stranger, we just come to a conclusion or a statement that I think he's rude, or I think he has a lot of attitude problems with him. So we don't know that person in the first place, but still we make some statements in our mind. So, based on the judgmentality of a person, an experiment was conducted in which they gathered 5 strangers and sent them into a pitch black dark room in which nothing can be visible. So, all the judgments or all the statements they make are based on only the conversations they have. So, when we have a conversation with other and we don't know how the person looks, we just make a mental image based on the facts we get from others. Right? So, when they were conversing with each other, each person had a certain image in their brain of the person. So after half an hour, they turned on the lights and each person in that room was surprised to see the other person. Like, the image they had in their mind is completely opposite to the person how they look. For example, there was a boxing coach in that room and he's very thin, and there was a fan of metallic band and he wears formal dress, and there was other person with whole tattoos and full body build, and he's a professor in a lecture. So what if the room was not dark and there were lights? What was the first impression you would get when you see a tattooed person? You would think that he's just a roadside rowdy or a Metallica band fan, right? So when you look at a person, you don't mean actually when you look at a person, it's not necessarily important that whatever judgments you make is related to that person, right? So if you want to judge a person, or if you want to make any statements of that person, I would suggest that you get to know that person at first place. Because you don't, so don't judge a person by the choices they make, because you don't know what options they have in their life.